Guys, I have some bad news for you. It's that time again.
Who's saying hi first?
You just start.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sarah,
And I'm Amanda.
and this is I'm Your Mother Now podcast.
Episode 10. Whew, you got it. We're good.
I almost said How I Met Your Mother Now. Have you never wanted to say that?
Sometimes I forget the now and I just write like I'm your mother back. Which
Yeah.
is it's rather direct, but you know. Hey girl.
Hey,
How's it going?
it's Patricia.
Yeah, unfortunately, as we started this week, when things started going all sorts of ways, I was like, I wonder if Patricia was episode 6. Because if that was episode 6 and this is going to be episode 10, then the way that I'm feeling right now makes a lot of sense.
Well, I'm glad that both us and our audience can track our cycles by our episode numbers at this point. Did you double check? Are we indeed in the luteal phase of our menstrual cycle, according to podcast?
Yeah, I did when I went and created that Patricia post. I was so proud of.
Yeah. So it feels like that Patricia post, by the way, was amazing.
Thank you.
And it feels like bad when she comes around, and it feels like she was just here, and then I was shiny and magnetic and doing all these things and like just pew 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 pew
Making plans,
making plans, like
hosting,
like just everything. And
romanticizing life.
yeah, and like non-Patricia me is like, yeah, let's totally book that out for next month. This date looks open, instead of being like, no, it's too close to the full moon and I hate everyone at that time and I don't want to leave my house and I don't want to do anything.
No. It's going to be a harvest moon too, apparently.
Are they going to harvest us?
I have no idea, but when we start naming the moons things and I feel like this, I get a little uneasy.
You do.
You do?
You do.
I'm like, what's going to happen? What else? What next?
I don't think we should ask.
No.
No,
actually, quick story. Speaking of what's next, right? Because AI is just, it's everywhere, right? Every single article is about AI. Like, yeah, like literally. So we have been watching this kid's movie, The Mitchells versus the Machines, I think. And when I was giving you the premise of it last night, you were like, why does that sound so dark? I guess I just like really got to the core of it because it's a kid's movie, but it's about taking our AI and putting it into like a robot form. And that's it. That's when they take over. And I'm like, wait a minute, we have seen literally so many we have made so many movies about this, and yet when I open up my email, what do I see? We're making robotic AI. So
listen, Sarah Connor is rolling in her future grave right now, or however that timeline works.
However that timeline works. It's like, wow.
We are like so dumb as a species. Like truly, maybe that's what needs to happen, right?
I mean, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, right?
Ugh.
Like
Yeah.
we're gonna have to move underground anyhow.
You seem cheerful though today, and I wonder how that is. Are you trying
I'm
to
fighting for
me?
my life right now, Sarah.
You're trying to bounce me? I'm just like trying not to have rage. Let me just tell you before we get into the meat and potatoes of this episode, because my friends, my sister does have notes and a container of ideas. So don't you worry, we're gonna be like so organized today, even though we are messy. But okay, here's how I knew that Patricia was here. I I saw a cyclist. And I was like, no, no, like, no. Get out of the road. No.
It wasn't just a cyclist.
Okay, but that was the second cyclist I saw.
Okay. Oh, shoot. I didn't. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, like the first one was a regular
Okay.
upright cyclist. Okay.
Okay. Jesus.
But then I'm like 2 turns away from work. It's 8:30 in the morning, right? And there is a man laying in the road riding a bicycle, a recumbent with a flag, as if the little flag at the top is supposed to alert everybody that there's a man rolling around on the ground at 8:30 in the morning. And I'm like, oh my God. And he's not even riding in a straight line, Amanda. He's like that, but not fast. And I'm like, oh, I want to run you over. Like, I want to just put you underneath my car. And then I was like, oh, I'm on my way to be a therapist to a bunch of people today. That would be a bad look if I like did a slight murder on the way, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
So, and that's how I knew, because like even as I'm talking about it, I'm like, like, can you believe the audacity of him? Like during rush hour to lay down on a bike.
I don't know what, like, you just got to be ready to like lose it all at any point.
I'm
like
ready.
No matter where you're doing that is like.
Oh, you mean laying down and riding a bike outside on the road?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I don't know why, like, unless you're in an enclosed area, you think that that's okay. There was like this game in the early 2000s on like the original PlayStation, and I forget the name of it, but you could pick if you were going to be like a roller skater, if you were going to have a bike, and you could be on one of those, and then you all had to race the same terrain. And it was just like really funny and chaotic, like because you could be like laying down on one of those things, and you did kind of have to slalom to, yeah.
I see. So that's like a real technique. Here's the thing. I don't even care if I sound like a hater right now because I'm leaning in on this. If you are a recumbent bike person, park it and ride it without being in the street, because this is absolutely ridiculous. And if you gotta, can you just not do that during the time when people are trying to rush to get to work in the morning?
Yeah. What's it called? It's called a recumbent bike?
I think
I was gonna say, like,
that's what my brain says. Recumbent. Now I'm second guessing myself because of the word, but I'm pretty sure it's recumbent.
There are many internet memes about cyclists sharing the road. Yeah.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah. Well, you're like, wow, I just got really road ragey. And I'm like, how road ragey did you get, Sarah? And meanwhile, she's like, this is Sarah's road rage. She's like, bad. I don't like that.
Wait, I thought you were talking about later when I totally screamed.
No.
Oh.
No. Do you want to talk about that?
Not really.
Okay. I mean, that was funny because I thought that she was road raging, but she wasn't. I thought that she.
It's like I don't even know if it's funny or relatable. I just know that I like literally lost my shit at my kid yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought that you were road raging because you picked up the FaceTime and then you were like, "Hey, no." And I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, she literally took my comment as a challenge that her road rage isn't real road rage, and now she's going to go like, "What is happening?" She like rolled down the window. She was like, "Hey, you get," and I was like, "Oh my God, she's putting the car in park and she's getting out." I was like, "What's happening?"
Yes, just to kind of like tie this in, since we just told the story, my kid had already gotten in trouble. So he was supposed to be doing chores, okay? And I had run out to take my other kid to soccer practice, had to come back, get his uniform that we forgot, and then go back, right? So on my way back to get the uniform, I'm pulling up to my driveway, and the kid who's supposed to be doing his chores is just walking out of the house with a baseball bat towards the field. And that's when I like turned and like was like, no. And I rolled away. No, like get the hell back in the house.
Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? I'm just gonna go hit some balls. No, you're not gonna hit some balls.
I don't know. That is so classic, like,
yeah,
like mom. It's like mom core to like forget something and have to come back before anyone thinks you're going to be back, and you catch them doing what they are
This
doing
is the story of my actual life with men, actually.
Gotta stick to that schedule.
It's like, oh man, look, I'm slightly off schedule and you're doing terrible things.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah. So anyway, what's next? What's our meat?
What's our meat? What's our meat? Sorry.
For our
Yes.
listeners, I just almost spit out my coffee because my sister is thinking about meat, and I don't think she's thinking about what's on her outline.
No.
Okay.
No, because here's the thing about the outline, Sarah, is that it has a whole space for you, and you don't put anything in it.
I thought I'm not supposed to put my stuff in it.
Why? Do you know how hard it was for me to format that column in the Notes app?
No.
No, you don't. I saw that you poked it and then you left. So
well, I saw that you were like populating it, and I was like, look at her go.
Whatever. Okay. What I wanted to talk about today is you.
Oh.
So the question is, are we in the headspace, Sarah? Are we there? Because
well, we'll only know once we enter.
Okay. Well, let me back up here. So I like to go for walks, right?
And yeah. Sorry.
I like to go for walks around my neighborhood, and now it's suddenly like a little bit fall-like, right? And I listen to things, and so I was like, let me go back and listen to our first episode, right? And it like was really painful for me to do because I was like, this is gonna make me want a KMS, like this is not gonna be, but it was actually not bad. But it was interesting because we were talking about how like being a therapist and like your clients and this, and you were like just kind of like getting like into that routine. And you were talking about like how much you learned from them. And now since then, the world has gone insane. And so what I wanted to talk to you about today is just some common themes that you're seeing with people in therapy, and like anything that has been like a light bulb moment that's like, here's how we can like break this down and, handle this. Because I feel like for people who are in therapy or not in therapy, I think that there's a lot going on, and I feel like people are going to be able to relate to things that you are saying that other folks are having struggle with.
Yeah, and for the listeners, Amanda's referring to the literal hostile government takeover we're enjoying right now.
Where do you begin? Like you just pick.
Yeah, it's been a little stressful to watch the series events, but I do have something for you. Shockingly, so yes, my clients do teach me a lot, and we do have a diverse array of things that come up in a week. Some things more relevant than others, but I did have a couple conversations this week with two of my longer term clients. One I've been seeing for probably I've been seeing her since before I was a therapist. Like she was an OG Amala person. So I've probably known her for like 4 or 5 years, but now she's like an actual therapy client in person, which is cool. And then the other I've been seeing for about a year. And um, something we talked about this week was, hey, the world around you is so chaotic, but when you tap in to your actual life, is it chaotic? And something that we realized in having this conversation is for them, and for, I'm curious if other people feel this way too, as things have gotten worse, their personal lives have actually cleared and gotten better. Both of them said they've never felt more powerful in who they are, stable in who they are, stable in their career, out of toxic relationships, able to have boundaries, just feeling in a really empowered state where things are actually going very well, which is a very disorienting feeling when you look around you and see how unwell things are going. And so
Right.
in that conversation, you're like asking yourself, like, how, if I'm feeling that way, like, am I crazy, right? Like, have I lost my mind? And this is like me spinning out in insanity, and that's how I'm balancing this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we always leave space for that. But the other possibility, which we're talking about, is this. For the people who feel that way, because I feel that way too. You do as well, right, Amanda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't feel that way for most of our lives, right? We are the people in our family who didn't fit into our families and tried so hard to fit into our families. I know for myself, like, the world has never made sense to me. And I've always been trying to figure out where I fit into this place, like,
Yeah.
and how I could just be a person like the other people who are like going to work and like, you know, go to church and are like, yeah, I believe this, and like, have
Mm-hmm.
routines and traditions. I'm like, wouldn't that be so great? Like, to just like belong and like feel like that kind of confidence in that.
Yeah.
Never did I feel that. And
Right.
as the world around me, and the same thing from the clients I'm speaking about, has like crumbled and
Mm-hmm.
lost its power, we're feeling more empowered. And what that kind of tells me is that we're the people that are going to have to come in on the other side of this to rebuild, to build something new. Because the old world is built on fear. It's
Yeah.
built on the energy of destruction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything that is built in the world that we have been born into, even the science of it is destruction. Do you think about creation based on our scientific principles in this patriarchy society, is you get energy by breaking something apart, right? You
Right.
split an atom, you take the energy. That's
Mm-hmm.
violent, right?
Yeah.
Everything is violent and fear-based, and do this or you're going to lose this, right?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of energy. If you don't do
Yep.
this on time, if you don't, even the things that are kind of in a love space are a little bit in a fear-based space. And now we're seeing the result of that, which is more of that, more destruction, more fear. But I have to believe that we're feeling so empowered and so good as this is falling apart, because we're entering into a space where we're supposed to be in control, where we're supposed to be guiding and giving our ideas and showing people how to lead from a heart space and how to be kind to other people, because
Mm-hmm.
there is such a lack of empathy in people right now that it's shocking, right?
Yeah.
Like, just
Yeah.
baseline empathy. Like, I don't care about other people. I don't care. I only
Right.
care about the people I see. That's all I care about, my people. And that mentality is comforting, but it's not real. We are all connected. So the more that we act like that, the more we destroy the world around us. So
Mm-hmm.
to kind of answer your question with a massive, broad kind of answer, we're in a space right now where I'm seeing with my clients, I'm seeing with myself, with you, with my friends, we've all been healing. We've been doing our work. We've been
Mm-hmm.
stopping being so mean to ourselves and saying like, "Oh, we don't fit in, so we're weird and we're crazy and we're
Yeah.
broken people." We're not broken at all. We're kind, empathetic, big-hearted people living in a world that wants to turn you into a robot.
Yeah. Literally.
Literally, right?
Quite
Just
literally.
a mindless little drone that's like, okay, okay, like, and we don't want to do that. So
Yeah.
this is the natural progression of that. If you're feeling good, don't feel guilty about that. Feed yourself. Do
Mm-hmm.
more to feel good, because we're not going to change anything by sitting in our houses and freaking out and being
Right.
sad. If that
Right.
fixed anything, we would have fixed everything, right?
Right.
In
Right.
fact,
There'd be no
like,
issues.
there'd be no issues. In fact, like, all of us women, especially, should be connecting with each other and putting some thought into manifesting what it is we want to see globally, instead of being so myopic, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, why aren't we like visualizing the world we want to see, or specific things that we'd like to see happen? Like, why aren't we using our energy for that? Like, maybe I don't
Right.
need to run over a cyclist, but you know,
You
I'm just
right.
saying, like, why aren't we using our powers to be that change instead of sitting here and being like, oh, all the time,
Because it's hard. It's hard. Like, when you get into like doom and gloom and you're every time you pick up your phone, there's something and it's like you feel like exactly like you're saying, like you shouldn't be allowed to be happy if everything in the world is going south. But at the end of the day, you really, all you can control is what's happening within yourself and in your, like, in your home is a really good place to start,
Yeah.
And so do you think that, so are the people that you're having these conversations with, what like generate like is it across people who are in like different phases of life, or do you feel like it's like a similar phase of like I've been through this part of like my young adulthood, my womanhood, I'm kind of coming into my own, like there's been an event that has caused a shift, whether it's like divorce or child or something like within your family?
Okay, so it's not a great cross section because this is only two people, but
Well, no, yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
would say if I was gonna make like a generalization
Yeah.
about it, it's after 40.
Hmm.
It's women after 40 when
Yeah.
you start to like realize that you don't really care so much about what other people think about everything, and you're kind of like, well, what do I think about it, right? You stop,
Yeah.
a lot of it is getting out of toxic relationships,
Hmm.
romantic and otherwise. So yeah, I think it's later, it's like after 40 vibes, honestly.
Yeah.
When you're not so like heavy in your routine of just surviving,
Hmm.
you know?
I'm just thinking of when people say like you're over the hill when
Yeah.
you're I don't actually haven't heard anyone say that in a really long time. I think that the
You don't believe
conception
that
around turning
anymore.
40 is very different. It's like you've just started now. You're like,
Yes.
okay, got it. Y'all are crazy. But yeah, I'm just thinking because now you've got to the top of the hill. Now you can coast. Now you can take your
Yeah.
feet off the pedal. You can put your feet out to the side. You can put your hands up and you can ride down the hill. Just don't
Okay,
crash.
so this is something interesting that I had a conversation with a client this week. So she is about to actually retire. Okay, she's like in her
Yeah,
50s, I think,
love that for her.
and she's got a couple more months left. She works for the government,
Hmm.
and like I said, I've known her for a while, and she's a person who, she does not really like she's not like, no, I think this is all of us. We just like don't understand stupid people, right? Like it's like everybody
Yeah.
everybody just makes everything so hard, right? But she got advice from her dad randomly. He just said, stop paddling.
Okay.
And she was like, what? And we
Yeah.
talked about that. And it's like, oh, stop paddling. Because, so think about it. She's been paddling. We've all been
Yeah.
paddling, right? For the most part. Just when you're in that
Yeah.
space of just paddling, you don't even know which direction the water's going.
Right.
You don't even know where the flow exists because you're just like, I gotta paddle. And that's the mentality that we are given. It's like, just go, get in there, don't stop swimming, you gotta make it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that he like realized like, the
The
philosophical,
impact it was gonna
yeah.
yes.
Or, I think it was more like geared toward like, because it's retirement now, like you have 3 months, like just relax kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it hit us differently as we broke it down because it's like, even with the paddling, it wasn't like the paddling was effective because it just
Right.
exhausted you and you couldn't like sit back and say, okay, the water's going this way. Let
Mm-hmm.
me lean this way.
Yep.
So I took that for myself and I was like, I mean, I kind of already have, but I'm going to stop paddling too. Why work so hard to get someplace that you don't even know the energy is meaning for you to go?
Yeah. Well, that's why it's so important to take a minute and like recalibrate whatever it is that you have like whatever it is that you're marching towards. Like you are not who you were 6 months ago. You're not who you were a year ago when you decided things have happened. What do you need to pivot? Because that is how you're going to be successful. You're not going to be successful because you stuck to the plan, right?
No.
You're going to be successful because you were able to flex your style into the external factors, and stay your
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, and if you're able to pivot, like you said, right? And also give yourself permission to end things when you don't want to do them anymore,
Yeah.
you can have so much more plasticity in everything you're doing because it's not so high stakes, right? If
Right.
you're just like, everything has to be forever, it's a failure, that's like very rigid.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of movement there. It's like tight, right? But if you're like, I'm doing this right now, I'm gonna put all my energy into it. If at some point it doesn't feel right for me, I will adjust later, and that is okay. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's how I feel about like just parenting with my 4 years of experience. So my
you can't, you
college
can't, you can't just send your kid back, Amanda.
No, but I can tell myself that this is a moment in time and
Oh,
that
yes.
a month from now he's going to be a different, like a completely different person. Like the phases that we're going through, even like the weekends, like I can even see now like on the horizon like a weekend where like I don't have to like get up and entertain him for, even though he's really in a play with me phase right now, which I'm like, ugh, that's not my favorite kid. Um, but just telling myself, like, when I was in the glow of the red light in his nursery at 2 a.m., thinking
When the
about
breast
that little
pump was
crawl
talking to
space
you.
door that we had, that little crawl space door that he would have been so not chill with if that was his room now. And I'm like, what's going to come out of there? A demon? And I'm like, just take me. Take me. Take me, demon, from within the closet.
I mean, pull me into a different realm. It's fine.
I mean,
But
literally, that's what lack of sleep will do to you. That's what like
yeah.
only having like 3 hours of fractured sleep will do to your brain.
No, it will. And then like when you're like breast pumping and the breast pump like actually talks to you. I don't know, like did you have that experience? Because mine would say a phrase over and over again. It's like you're gonna die, you're gonna die, you're gonna die, you're
No,
gonna die.
no, but that's like a real thing that happens to women, right? The
I'm
chemicals that
telling
go through
you.
your head, like when you, yes, like literally, that is a thing. Like if that's happening to you, understand that it's not okay.
The breast pump speaks to many and they don't say kind things.
No, like literally, there are so many women out there that are just like, oh my God, I'm triggered. The
Yeah.
sound of the, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Ugh.
it's a good perspective to have, especially because like any week but Patricia week, I do like have that perspective usually available. But like when this week comes in, I'm like, well, this is the end of the world, and I can't believe all my decisions have led up to such a tragic ending. Like it's just like it's
No,
like how.
it's how I was like getting ready this morning, and I'm like, man, we are relentless, aren't we? Like we don't like, why are we just take a day off? It's just like,
No.
no, y'all are gonna get us struggling and shining and everything in between.
Well, I look good this morning.
I know. I was kind of offended by that. She sent me a picture of herself. For those of you who are listening, go check out Instagram or
Oh, look
our
at me.
YouTube channel. And she just sends me like this glamour shot. And she's like, look at me. I'm like, how dare you? It's like when you're like texting, you're going out and it's like, are we being cute or are we looking homeless? And then like everyone's like, oh, we're just going to wear like, sweatpants. And then someone shows up dressed up. And it's
Yeah.
like, how dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?
Well, I mean, I have to go to work after this, and
Oh,
I've really been putting a lot of effort into my face routine, and it's paying off.
you sound so excited about it. Even
I
though
just,
yesterday we were like, why do we look like wet rats? It's like, man.
yeah, no, it's a real thing, but I think the perspective, generally speaking, is really helpful because everything is phases. Everything is phases. I think the
Yeah,
what gives us so much stress is thinking that they're not phases and not letting them
exactly.
move, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
everything changes. I was, thinking about okay, I know we're like wrapping up here soon, but here's the last story. Um, you know how your phone likes to play that game where it's like, here's some pictures from like yesteryear with a tune. Do you want to see? And it's like, I
Yeah.
don't, but let me see what you got. And so me 10 years ago, right? So picture of me
Yep.
from 10 years, which I showed you. But okay, first of all, I look like a baby, right? Like I just,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because I was what, 31. I just had like my last baby. Like what a
Mm-hmm.
time. But I look at me at that time and think like, wow, so much of my life has changed. Just the way that I interact with the world energetically, physically, spiritually, emotionally, like everything is different for me. But some of the
Mm-hmm.
same players are still there. Like the guy I
Yeah.
was married to, is still in my life, but in a very different way. And I was like laughing this morning because I said it's like sometimes I feel like we're still married, but I just don't like deal with him because he still does like annoying things. I'm still having to deal with like annoying things, right?
Annoying things like
having my AirPod be paired to his AirPod case miraculously.
Literally.
What is that?
Why
what
are you
is
in
that?
my AirPod case? Like
Don't
I don't
be
even
there.
I don't put my own husband's AirPods in my ears. That is like
that's an intimate canal.
It's literally we don't share those canals with anyone.
No.
Get out of here.
Like you keep your ear holes to yourself. You know what? I didn't even think about it like that until just now. Now I'm extra. I do know he cleans his ears though, because that was like something I've witnessed a lot. But either way, like I digress. But the point is, like, life does change. Relationships do change. You don't have to like cut everybody off, right? Things can evolve. Like if they don't work in their current form, you can open the door for an evolution into a different form, and it can end up being so much better for you than it would be if you just like stubbornly refuse to change form.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yes. The power of the pivot.
Power of the pivot, and just, being a little less amorphous, be amorphous.
Yeah. Anamorphous. Oh dear.
Animaniac. No.
Animaniac vibes come next, actually.
Yeah, that'll be not this next week, but the week after.
You can tell when like the content is like flowing out of all like the social accounts, and like we're rebranding, and it's like, and then it's like, here we are again.
Here we are again. I know. I feel bad for people who like meet me during my like follicular phase or ovulation, honestly, either of those, because they're like, wow, Sarah, and then it's like
Yeah.
What?
All right, well, listen, this has been a pleasure.
I know.
I hope you have a nice weekend horseback riding.
I'm gonna do some horses. I'm gonna do things.
Sarah. That's it. She's tapped. That's it. We have to end the episode now because she is only going to go horseback riding. There's going to be a saddle involved. No horses will be harmed. And on that note,
have a great weekend. Bye, sis. Love you. Bye, everybody.